Yo! Yo, what's up? Umineko, exactly, my crow. What's up? Mac. Why does the stage just theme fit Umineko so well? Right. No, yeah. You're right. I didn't realize. It actually does. Yeah, good shit. Good catch. I did not even notice, but it does. I was hesitating between putting Seija today or putting UFO, so in the end, I went with Seija, and now I'm realizing I'm right. Perfectly on time. Okay, launching the game. Alright, here we go. We'll be capturing soon. So I've realized, right, that over time I've been spending way too long every time exposing my theories, right, and interpreting myself for them. But now I'm pretty sure I figured out everything about Umineko episode 1, right? And at this point, I don't think I need to elaborate on it any further. I don't think I'm gonna figure out anything else. I spent a lot of time trying to figure it out on my own. Obviously not looking up anything, otherwise it would not be fun. But pretty sure I got everything. The only things that I'm missing is information that I could not have gathered in the game because they did not touch on it. Or what's the word? The butterflies. Right? Like, if the butterflies aren't magic, which they probably aren't. Like, with the little trick where she throws the candy up in the air. Right? If that's not magic, then where does the butterflies come from? And the butterflies appeared so many times. And I have no idea. But yeah, look, this is... I drew a shot of it. See? I just don't see where the butterflies come from. I do not think there's any process IRL that allows you to do that. And also this, I spent way too long making this, and it led to nothing. I don't think it was a good thumbnail in the end. I think I spent like 20 minutes last time doing this, god damn. Alright. That's good then. I just need this, essentially. I also figured out, oh, she managed to like put the chain back on the lock thanks to one sentence that Karen said back then. Because he did something about, oh, the chain was breaking easier than he expected. The ship is called Kinjo because it sounds like Kino, which means it's fake. You know? You get what I mean? You get what I mean. Alright. Let's go. Oh, here's the tab. I lost it. Okay. So this time I'll try not to get too distracted. Which, again, is quite complicated considering I have pretty bad ADHD. Like, middle of a sentence, I just realized something and I need to talk about it. But yeah, okay. So what did they say before? Okay, so they were asking questions at the dinner, and then all the kids fucked off to the guest house, which is where we are right now. Okay. I mean, Kino is literally what we call cinemas here, so I get you. Wait, is that what they call? Is that why they call it Kino? Is that the origin of the word Kino? Is it because wherever you live is cinema? So it's like absolute cinema, absolute Kino? I remember using that word like back in 2014 or some shit when it was like President 4chan. I never figured out where it came from. But yeah, absolute cinema. If they turn out to be lovers, right, all along. Oh yeah, you're right. I remember the Kino der Toten, right? The map on the Call of Duty Black Ops for zombies. It's like a cinema. Right, makes sense. Okay, nonetheless, Hideyoshi's claim that advertising doubled the taste was apparently right. After being chased out to the guest house, the kids and Nenjo had gathered in the cousin's room and were eating the cake that Kumasawa had brought for dessert. It was both wonderful and high class, topped with lavish amount of cream and decorated deliciously with fruits. But delicious as it was, it didn't taste quite as good for some reason. But Goda-san selling it, it isn't nearly as good. And if we ask Kumasawa-san to sell it, he would just say it's made of mackerel. Yeah, what's the deal with mackerel? Huh? Really? You can make cake from mackerel? Do fish cake actually exist? Oh, absolutely! And as you can see with this very cake, if you mix the squid's juice of mackerel, flour and eggs before cooking, it comes out all fluffy. That would be incredible if true. True if true. Big if true. Maybe mackerel cake will show up on the new menu at one of Papa's restaurants. I love Butler. I'm glad to see him. After all, mackerel's full of nutrients, it sounds healthy. They might get really popular with women and the elderly. I know fish oil is a thing, that some people actually put it in coffee, so I would not be surprised if fish cake was a thing too. But I'm not gonna get anywhere near it. Girls won't eat something that weird. Even the elderly would wish to decline. But it's delicious, you know? So I was really cheering up the mood with her classic mackerel jokes. Okay, so she does have a problem with mackerel. Okay, makes sense. But the sound of the downpouring rain kept turning their attention towards the mystery guest. In the end, Bishore and Maria have questions again, since she was the only person here to have met Beatrice. Give me a second, I got something in my throat. Alright, I'm back, sorry. Okay. I can't believe he was actually telling the truth.
その口ぶりだとマリアが魔女に会ってたって話は信じてなかったまでにも
ああ夢見がちなお年頃のよくあるおとぎ話くらいに思ってたぜいるベアトリーチェはいる毎年親族会議に来るたびにマリアは会って一緒に遊んでた
そうですね。ベアトリーチェ様は普段はお姿心が綺麗で素直な方の前にはひょっこり姿
Wait, I was muted. I hope I didn't stay muted for long. But yeah, she sometimes unexpectedly appears before honest people, okay? Beatrice referred to that character in the fairy tale by the Rokenjima witch. This term is scuffed today, goddamn. To keep Kinzo in a good mood, family and servants acted as though they believed in the witch of his delusions. Kinzo, okay. That's how Rokenjima's fairy tale, or maybe ghost story, had come into being. To his family members who knew that backstory, the fairy tale of the Golden Witch wasn't something to be taken too seriously. However, they were never able to say that out loud in front of Kinzo. Because of that, the legend of the witch carried a lot more weight to someone like young Maria, who didn't know the story of how it had come into being. That's why Maria believed in the legend of the witch. She accepted it entirely. That was only natural for an imaginative girl who believed in witches. The people had avoided saying things that would betray her dream. On the contrary, they had worked together to say and do things that would help liven up her dreams without her knowing. So they fed her delusions. When Maria was showing us that candy that supposedly came from Beatrice, I figured someone subtly slipped it into her handbag. I've done similar things a few times in the past. Secretly placing sweets somewhere. And I imagine even Kumasawa-san, or rather, all of the servants and everyone in Nishira and my family has done it once or twice. Doing what? Are you talking about hiding candy? What? So, if it will make a small innocent kid happy, you might place a switch somewhere and have everyone join in on keeping the secret alive for her. Yeah, like Santa. Come to think of it, I'll let you do that kind of thing all the time, George. Who knows? Probably be boorish to admit to such a thing out loud. What does boorish mean? Does it mean like stupid? I don't know. George admitted while being extremely wary that Maria didn't find out. In other words, kinda like Santa. Yeah. To protect the kid's dreams, the parents brought together in life, setting presents at the bedside of a child fast asleep. Oh, you're right, we have different traditions in Japan. I was about to go like, what the fuck? But no, they even eat fried chicken on Christmas there. After all, you wanna protect the kid's dreams, right? Obviously, I've known Santa doesn't exist for a long time now. But if there's no reason to wake up from a dream like that, I wish I could have believed it all my life. Because adults know that the world is filled with terrible things. They all want to at least protect the pure dreams of a child. Beatrice exists! Yeah, she does. Beatrice does exist, right? Some time ago, when I was drying mackerel to make some black tea, suddenly... Well, it basically goes something like that. Does it be what? Did we just interrupt the save? She does just interrupt herself, okay. Yeah, but, okay, there's the ellipse. It's just not shown, it's off screen, okay. Simply put, this was supposed to be a witch that no one but Maria believed in. And also Kinzo. Don't forget Kinzo. I wouldn't phrase it quite like that. The point is that we didn't believe. We were all trying to give her a chance to believe. But this is about not betraying a child's innocence. But Santa doesn't exist in reality. You don't want kids to be disappointed when they learn the truth. You'd be better off not showing them that dream in the first place. Yeah! Yeah! You should have just not told her about fucking Beatrice. Is the fact that I think like this proof that I'm still a long way from becoming a full adult? No! No, it's not. The true nature of the Rokkenjima witch was finally starting taking shape. That was mine. However, the current situation overrode his understanding. And in fact, it completely overturned its very premise. So, we thought we knew what was going on, but now Beatrice Tama, the witch, has actually appeared in reality. Hey, is that it? And judging by how freaked out your parents were, it looks like she wasn't an invited guest. She was, right? If you didn't tell the others. Now it's starting to get interesting. There's no reason for us to simply assume that a woman called Beatrice doesn't exist. It's what Uncle Rudolph called the devil's proof. You already talked about that. None of us knew that a woman calling herself Beatrice existed. That's not the same as proving that Beatrice doesn't exist. Dr. Lanjo, you've been friends with Grandfather for a long time, right? So many cuts in time. Wait, where? Okay, so I assume all the people that are going to die are... They're either the people in the guest house, so like all the kids die, Or it's also people inside the manor. So let's see. Who's inside the manor? Right now, inside the manor. Well, inside the guest house is like all 4 of these. And That's 6. That's 6 people inside the guest house. Is there anyone else inside the guest house? I've not seen Shannon nor Cannon yet. There is a high likelihood that the one who dies is all of those kids, and then it goes to the adults, and we follow Kiri's point of view, because Kiri is like the smartest and coolest. That's my guess. That's going to be my guess. At one point during the family conference, I was questioned quite thoroughly by Cross-san and the others. They wanted to know if long ago, Kinzo might have had a mistress called Beatrice and an illegitimate child with her. I get it. Our parents had their heads full with the inheritance problem. So of course, if the daughter of a mistress like that showed up, it would be troublesome for them. Cross and the rest probably asked Genji about it first. However, Genji is a maid whose shown loyalty to Kinzo is probably a friend more trusted by Kinzo than myself. I doubt he told them anything. So next, they went to ask me, as an old friend of his. And did grandfather have a lover called Beatrice, Nanjo? Didn't they talk about this, about oh she died, like in episode 1? When they were in Kinzo's study, Genji went on a long rant about it. He did. No, I haven't ever met her. However, I heard from Kinzo that he had a relationship with a woman like that. He said she passed away a very long time ago. She's dead. So did the 2 of them have a kid? That I do not know. But Kinzo always said that reviving Beatrice is a goal of his research. Usually, if one loses a mistress but has a child left behind to remember them by, they pour all of their love onto that child. Therefore, we naturally assume there was no such child between Kinzo and Beatrice. Oh! No way! She is Beatrice's daughter? Is she actually Beatrice's daughter? This is why she has a tattoo on her leg. And why she looks so young. Oh my god, okay. I did not expect that. I did not expect that at all. Okay. So that leaves us with another devil's proof. Yeah. It's impossible to prove that a child between him and a mistress didn't exist. So now that the child has actually appeared, we have to assume she did exist after all. That's a bit of a rushed argument. It's more realistic that someone caught wind of the trouble with the Ishimiya family inheritance, knew about grandfather's relationship with a mistress long ago, and impersonated her, trying to take a slice of his inheritance for themselves. Sure, that is realistic, but we can't deny the possibility that she really is an illegitimate child. Okay. No, George, what are you on about? It is not more realistic that someone just disguises themselves in order to get a father's inheritance. Like this has so many assumptions about it. When this just has a single assumption that there is a child who wants money. That's it. Like one, Occam's razor, this one's more realistic than yours, by far. By far. One who lived in isolation. We got that grandfather who was turned for revenge, right?
帰ってきたって設定も。
復讐
Revenge?
なんだよ
What do you mean?
ああ、そう
Ah, sorry.
男なんだよ。
Guys, let's like to do with that stuff to make it sound interesting.
妙なドラマの
I've seen too many weird dramas. Normally, that might have come off as a light joke. But the joke had landed after an invited mystery guest calling herself Beatrice had must have been on the day of the family conference, where the bloody argument that inheritance had become took center stage. There was no way Butler's joke would be welcomed with laughter. Terrible timing, Butler. Terrible timing. I expected better from you. It was a really big help when Nenjo laughed brightly to calm everyone down. Nenjo was a clutch. I see. That does sound quite intriguing. I would love to read the novel with a plot like that. True! And I would love to read a novel with a plot like that. We also add pictures to go along with it. Maybe music. Right? You could call that like a... Because there's pictures, you could call that like visual. But it's still a novel, so... Visual novel. Right? And because there's music, you call it visual auditory novel. That would be a bigger name, like Van. Call it Van. I'll be up for playing one of those.
まあ、現実
Well, I don't think it could actually work.
何しろよ。
After all, right now, on this island, there's 1, 2, 3, a full 18 people, right? 19. If anyone tries to do something weird, they'll immediately get caught.
それに
Thanks to the typhoon, they can't even leave the island.
つまり
Never worse, if you try to commit some crazy crime, you'd be screwed. No! Battler, you're gonna regret saying that. Are we actually 18 or is he just dreaming? 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 16, 19. Yes, okay. I agree. In a dead end, without any way to escape, and in a situation where everyone's really suspicious of her, I seriously doubt you could pull off a terrifying revenge time like that. Stop tempting luck. George, please. Probably not. In that case, it would be more realistic if she had come in secret, without making her presence known. I simply cannot imagine someone appearing openly, like revenge outside of some historical drama. I don't know why you guys don't imagine it. Doesn't sound that crazy to me.
わからねえぜ
Well, who knows, right?
復讐ってのは
Revenge is based on emotion, not logic.
じゃねえぜそれこそ
If you've got someone willing to go down along with your opponent, you may not be afraid of anything, not even the police or large numbers of people. It's okay, Jessica-chan. None of the disturbing things we're imagining will happen. Those who know. Yeah, no, like... They're just... Okay. Dramatic irony, that's what it's called. Like the battle royale between our parents and the inheritance isn't disturbing.
そうだよな
Did battle royale even come out at that point? Pretty sure battle royale did not exist at that point. Let me look it up. Yeah, no, it didn't come out until 2000. Yeah, no, it's way too early, Butler. You can't make references like this. I let it slip when you made a reference to 2. I let it slip when you made a reference to Igarashi, but I won't let it slip when you make a reference to Battle Royale. Be careful, Butler.
父さんもルドルフおじさん
Dad and Uncle Rudolph are pretty tough, but not everyone even trained in martial arts.
大丈夫だよ
We'll be fine. Yeah. Yawning. Jessica didn't say it out loud, but she'd vaguely noticed that her own father stood in opposition to all the other siblings on the inheritance issue. They usually played nice in front of the children, but when that pretense was lifted away, like it had been at dinner, the result would be a tumultuous uproar. After realizing this, It was only natural for Jessica to be frightened at the thought that her parents might get caught up in some kind of trouble. You're the one who's gonna die, Jessica. You're gonna die. And because... and because human sacrifices do something terrifying. Oh my god.
だよな。
Seriously, you're right. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. I am absolutely. I'm gonna put it under his chin, right there. We're gonna preserve his jawline. Alright, we're gonna believe in him. Alright, Battler, we trust in you. Please, up to God, you didn't lie. Please, Battler. Perfect. This is perfect. Perfect position, perfect size. I love it. Thank you, Battler. Even if he pretends she's a witch, what can a single human woman who can't even use magic do? I wonder. I wonder, Battler. Good old friend, Battler. Surely, what could she do? Okay, you alright, Maria? The sudden creepy laugh made all of them jump. And when they realized a strange laugh was coming from Maria, they were shocked again. I see! So that's how you see it, Battler? What is? Don't laugh all creepy like that. You accept Beatrice's existence for now. At least you accept her as the 90th person and a guest. But that's all, right? You don't accept that as a 90th person, Beatrice is a witch, right? Huh? That was a crazy thing to say. Of course that's what I think. Witches couldn't possibly exist. The only possibility is that she's a human woman claiming to be a witch. Indeed. Indeed, Battler. Spit your cheat, indeed. Isn't that odd, Battler? That's the devil's proof, isn't it? Of course witches don't exist. But just because you've never met a witch, that doesn't mean you've proven that witches don't exist, right? Fallacy. It's a fallacy, Maria, you can't say that. That's like saying there's a teapot orbiting Earth in space. Good luck finding it, so you could prove that I'm wrong. There's a witch floating around us. You can't find it, but you can't prove me I'm wrong, so I'm right. That's what you're doing, Maria. You're being stupid. Shut up. Witches don't exist. That's right, you're not wrong there. I can't prove that witches don't exist. Whatever, even if I can't prove it, I can claim it. I claim that witches don't exist. Why? How can you claim that witches don't exist, even though you can't prove it? Is George not barging in? Is there like no one else in this room? Normally George would like barge in at this point to tell Battler to shut up and go along with Maria. Because things like that don't exist. That's QED. You finish your proof without any evidence or basis. You're the one without any evidence or basis. Maria, stop being a smartass. You suggest the supernatural exists, and have provided no proof that the supernatural exists so far. The burden of proof is not on Battler here. You're the one claiming witches exist, the burden of proof is on you. That's like saying the earth is flat, prove me wrong. No, I'm the one claiming it's flat. I'm the one who has to prove. not the person I'm speaking to. It's you, Maria. You're being stupid. No, that's a typical case of the Oh. I accidentally pressed control. Wait. Let me go back. I'll just speedrun. It's only like 20 minutes. Here we go.
でも結論としてですからない僕たちまあ
Okay.
魔女なんているわけがそれを語る人間の
それ魔女でも魔
And
女の存在
here we go.
魔女しかし魔女はいねえという
どうして魔女はいん
そんなものはいねえからだよ
それで何の無知が自分暴
Okay.
力的
The reckless suspension of thought. And
となりゃ
there's only one way to resolve this, Maria.
魔女側の
The witch's side needs to show some proof of themselves. Thank you, Battler. Thank you. Thank you, Battler.
これまた悪
It's the devil's proof again. If you bring me a devil, we can end this right now.
この場合
In this case, we can just get this woman calling herself Beatrice. Could display some wonderful, magnificent magic like the twinkling stars. All she has to do is show us something that's impossible for humans, right? Come now, you two. Please settle down. Kumasawa noticed that the atmosphere between them was getting worse and tried to calm down. Seemed as though Battler quickly realized that he wasn't acting like an adult. But Maya's expression didn't loosen. As she laughed creepily, she kept staring at Battler. You could eat too, Maria. Let's get back in a good mood, okay? You alright, Maria? If that's what you want, Beatrice will definitely show you. Something impossible for humans. When she does, you'll believe too, okay? You'll believe in Beatrice. Sure. If she lets me have a look, I'll believe. It's a chase debate between the witch and you, Battler. If you get checkmated, you'll believe in the witch. I like the way you put that. The witch shows her magic. My king is put into check. Quibble, saying it would be possible to reproduce a feat using measures even a human could take. If my king escapes. Failing to do that would be a checkmate, so that's a pretty good analogy. Yeah, but at what point do you win, Battler? Battler, in chess, you and your opponents have pieces that move in the same way, so you can predict your opponent's moves. But you know what? What you aren't expecting is that your opponent's pieces might be able to move in ways far stranger than yours. You simply assume that since witches must not exist, the movements of Beatrice's pieces will obviously be the same as your own. Yeah? But you know what? Sorry, Battler, but your step partner isn't human. She's a witch. She can move her pieces in ways that human can't. Right now, your understanding is flawed. Battler, you like on curious chessboard thinking, right? I do too. I do too. Yeah, I like that style of thinking, where you stand in your opponent's shoes. And that's where you'll get stuck. Even though your opponent is a witch, you won't accept it. So you can't understand the moves a witch might make, so your chessboard thinking won't work. Your knowledge of your opponent is mistaken. The very first premise of chessboard thinking is broken down. No, it just means you have to imagine yourself in witch shoes. Not in normal person shoes, but like in witch shoes. Pretend you're a witch with magic. What would you do? Like, no, not without magic, but like, you have the mentality of a witch, right? And you want to prove that witches exist, so you commit like stupid ass crimes. Which, by the way, is all I figured out. Oh, they actually got past the lock and closed the door again in episode 1. Because they wanted to make sure that people didn't realize. Like, wanted to be sure that it stayed a closed room, so they wanted people to check that the chain was perfectly locked before they go grab bolt cutters. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I said to myself I won't go over episode 1 again. I'll stop going over episode 1. Alright. I'll try.
おお、
Oh,
そう
so
か。
that's your game.
そなたは
You cannot win in chess against the witch. Source, you. I'm pretty sure I can. Pretty sure I can. Again,
後のことはわかりません。
I don't know what happened after that.
私たち
We servants were strictly ordered not to approach the dining room.
と言明され、
なるほどね。
I see.
それで、
So,
シャノンはその
have you ever met this
ベアト
person
リーチェ
called
という
Beatrice
人
before?
物に以前会ったことはある。
わかりません。
I don't know. That was a slightly odd way to put it. It didn't quite sound as if she was saying her memory was 80.
私たち使用人にとって
For her servants,
ベアトリー
Beatrice is the second master
お
of
屋
this
敷の
mansion.
もう一人の親方様
Some people say we spread that room because of the master's influence. But even when I just started working here, the story of Beatrice was already being whispered of.
すでに囁かれて、
前に聞いたよ。
What is that chime clinging sounds in the background? I've heard about it before.
敬わないと
If you don't show our
呪われた
respect,
りして
you'll get cursed. And at least one servant actually did meet with an accident, right? It's coincidental. It's not real. Yes, but it's true that some people believe more than others.
私はその
I believe respect for that sort of thing shouldn't be forgotten. So I've never doubted that she exists.
黄金の魔
I
女
vaguely believe that
その
a
不確かな存在
shadowy being called the Golden Witch
おぼろ
existed.
げに信じています。
それで、
And then that witch, whose existence was so shadowy and obscure, actually showed herself and entered openly through the entrance hall.
ということなの
Is
か。
that what happened?
わかりません。
I don't know.
私には
I don't know anything.
シャノンは
Were you well
夕食
there?
を運んだ時に
Did you talk
何
about
か
anything?
話はした？
いい
No, nothing.
え、何も。
そっか。
I see.
しかし、
Still, a
ご飯を
witch
食
that
べる
eats
魔
fruit
女という ん
somehow
じゃ
doesn't sound so
なんだか
realistic.
リアリティがないね。
It doesn't,
やっ
yeah.
ぱり、
Maybe after all, it's just someone who knows about the witch legend on silent. Someone who's taking on Beatrice's name.
シャノンちゃんは
I think you've probably come to respect Beatrice and think of her as something like a guardian god of the mansion.
だから
So when the person appeared, actually going by that name, maybe you were a little disturbed.
そうですね。
That's right.
きっと
I guess
そうなんじゃないかと
that must be the case. George was slightly at a loss of what to do about Shannon's downcast appearance. Yeah, if you want to confess to her, now is not gonna work well. I just want to say, George. Maybe not just Genji, but even the young servants have been ruthlessly questioned whether they knew anything about this Beatrice person. Thinking that, he tried to cheer her up somehow. Surely, just like Maya and Jessica, Shannon was unable to fully hide the agitation caused by the sudden visit of this person calling herself the Golden Witch. He'd been so sure that was the case, but George probably had no way of looking into Shannon's heart. Shannon was bitter and sad. The door to the Golden Land would be opened. The witch had definitely told her that. That means the demise of everything. Even if she accepted the ring from George. They would never be married now. No, in the first place, did furniture like her even has the right to be married? Even if the witch hadn't come to signal their demise, wasn't their relationship fated to fail sooner or later? As she turned her gaze to focus solely on those fun days spent with George, while purposefully closing her eyes to the sad reality, just take the fucking ring.
どうしたんだい？
I don't know what's happening. Okay, I don't know what's happening right now, but my eyes genuinely feel heavy. Along with my head, I don't know what's going on. I can't be tired, like I barely just ate moments ago and I woke up like a few hours ago. There's no way I'm already tired. I don't know what's going on. Best viewers on stream, boo. God damn. I'm glad to hear, man. Glad to hear. Here we go.
さっきから
You already haven't looked well for a while now.
ジョージさん、
George,
婚約って
what does it mean to be
何でし
engaged?
ょうか？
Tough question. Huh? Ah, it means making a promise to marry. But I think, in that sense, it means the same thing as marriage. To be honest, I want to take you home as my wife right away. But right now, I'm in the middle of training. I'm still a long way from having the capacity to create my own castle. I'm glad to see you're still fine, Mean Crew Dev. I'm glad to see you're still fine, and I'm glad to see you are still coming around and shilling your game, even after you already got banned, I think. A game which, by the way, had like 10 reviews on Steam, and all of 10 was like 2 negative, right? Let me check. Yeah. Yeah. It's not good. Literally, the fact you actually got negative reviews. First review, I'm kind of disappointed that it has nothing to do with chess. Amazing. This is another game that wants to be the next DLC. Combat is absolutely awful. It's wasted. There's nothing to diverge. There's no additional content. And that's it. Yeah, no, it's just, you've been shitting this everywhere, dude. You gotta stop. Your game looks like, it doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. Probably should have spent more time making it. Alright. And please stop spamming it on every channel. Please. Thank you. But right now, I'm in the middle of training, okay? That's why I want you to take you home with me. With my head held high, only after I've become a full adult. I'm not talking about the distant future. I just want you to wait a full 3 years. But that doesn't mean I want to lie about my feelings for another 3 years. So, I decided to give you an engagement ring. That might be a cheerful reason as a man. Maybe it's shameful to get engaged because I want you to wait. Since I can't support my work and a wife at the same time yet. But I will definitely. Thank you very much. I understand that to you, George, an engagement ring means something different than one of many presents you'd give to your lover. But of course it's different. An engagement ring isn't a simple accessory. It's an oath between lovers, a noble promise left in the form of a ring. Giggle. So, if we were to get married right away, it would be completely meaningless, right? Then it wouldn't be an engagement ring. I'll give it to you as a wedding ring. Either way, I'd still be giving you a ring. It's a soul ring, like saying, this woman is mine, nobody touch her. No, that's not why. Shannon, why are you doing him dirty like this? Poor George. George knew that he was weak by nature. Indeed. When he'd been captivated by Shannon and had sworn to become an excellent man, he had also sworn to throw away that weak part of himself. So, even if he had to be blunt about it, he chose to answer a little roughly. He was sure that doing so would bolster and reassure Shannon. Where does the song come from? Oh, it's the game playing in the background. I was still on the Steam page. Okay. Back into it. No, that may be true. Sayo, I'll make you my wife. I won't give you to anyone else. I'll make you mine alone. Why is the music sounding like this? Is Shannon about to be murdered? Okay, now it sounds good. Never mind.
だから
So no one will lay a
誰
hand
も
on you.
そういう指
That's
輪
what this ring is,
間違いない
without a doubt.
ありがとうございま
Thank
す
you very much, George.
本当に
I'm truly happy. Then, George, it was decided by the fate that his engagement ring, that his promise could never be fulfilled. Would you still give it to me? She didn't try to ask that, but she swallowed the words. Because George had already spoken the answer. George had said it. He had said to him that an engagement ring was infinitely similar to a wedding ring. Therefore, accepting George's ring, the significance far more sacred than the promise to marry.
だから
So,
僕は
I'll stop calling this an engagement ring.
婚約指輪と呼ぶのを今からこれは
From now on, this isn't an engagement.
結婚指輪だ
It's a wedding ring. Is that really okay?
神様
Is
の
it okay to
なく
just proclaim that we're married without even God's blessing?
その
Yeah.
に宣言しても
George, a bit forward, George. I mean, good on you considering you're gonna die within like the next hours, but yeah,
神様
it's enough to tell God, Father, and Mother about it
全て
afterwards.
事後報僕たちが
We'll tell them all that we've been married.
それは
No one will be able to undo it.
ジョージさん
George,
僕は
I'm not saying this because of a momentary emotion.
今だけの君を見て言ってるん
I'm
じゃ
not just saying looking at who you are now.
明日の君
I'm
も
looking at the you of tomorrow, of the next day. Okay.
それこそ未
I
来の
bugged out the chat.
老
God
後
damn
の
it.
君すらも見据えて言っている
I'm even gazing at you as you'll be in old age, in the future, as I say this.
いつも
You're
ジョー
always
ジさん
talking
が
about that,
話している
George.
ことで元気な
About how you want to enjoy your old age slowly, surrounded by healthy children and grandchildren. Yeah,
その時
at that time, an older you will be beside me.
それを僕
That
は
is what I expect. No, what I foresee.
よ
Yes,
必ず
because
その
that
日
day
は
will
訪れ
surely
る
come.
必ず
Will it
訪れます
surely come?
信じてもいいですか
Yes,
必ず
surely,
絶対
definitely.
それを
And this ring proves
言
it
葉で
without
ない形で
words.
証明するのが
見せて
Please,
ください
show me.
あ
Ah?
これさ
I thought he was talking about. Okay, never mind. Here it is. No, thinking he was being told too sure of the ring. Ridley took out the ring box. Even though he had practiced so much, he hadn't been able to do it cool. But Shannon wasn't looking at that. A straight and direct gaze or vague tears in a smile. She focused her eyes on George's eyes. No, on something she could see beyond his eyes.
私に
Please,
その
show
未
me
来を見せてく
that
ださい
future.
あ
Yeah,
見せるよ
I'll show you.
必ず
Surely,
約束する
I promise it.
老後までじゃない
And not just until old age.
死んだ後も
After we die too.
僕らは魂
Even when we
にな
become
った
spirits, we'll always be together.
一緒にいる
Shannon wiped away her tears and took the ring box. Inside was a diamond ring worthy of blessings, two of them. George said the line that he practiced over and over again inside his head.
そ
I
の
want you
指
to
輪を
put this ring on, whatever
好
finger you
きな
like,
指にはめて
and have that be your answer.
それを返事つ
So,
まり
by tomorrow
明日
morning,
の朝までに
giggle. Shannon smiled, took the ring, and with a completely natural movement, put it on the ring finger of her left hand. Why are the nails, like, the fingers don't look right. The end doesn't look right. I do like the mouth though, the mouth is well done, I do like it. It's cute. Like, the position of it compared to the rest of the face is nice. Really, it looked like such a natural, ordinary movement. And for a while, Jules was stunned.
これが
This is my
ジョ
answer,
ージさん
George.
シャノン
Shannon, no,
さよ
Tayo.
魂にな
Even when we become spirits, we'll always,
ずっと
always
一緒
be
です
together,
ジョージさん
George. There is no blessing from God, no pastor to witness, nothing. But the two of them were married, proclaimed it. Two souls were joined here today. Okay. And this should be it soon, right? Hi, Malu. Yeah. You have no idea what's going on. Do you know what Umineko is? Like, at all. Do you know anything about this? Because I can do you a short recap if you want. But this is indeed, things are actually about to happen, right? After like 10 hours, things are actually happening. Nissan, you're a fool. Is that so? Even though you're furniture. Even though you're furniture. I forgot to watch the rest. Ah, I see. Yeah, so we're in episode 2. And a lot of things happened in episode 1. And now things are happening again in episode 2. So, right now, in about a few hours, things should kick up. By a few hours, I mean few hours game time. It's probably gonna be either shorter or longer for us. Even though you're furniture. I'm not furniture. Not anymore. Liar! Why are you fooling yourself? Even though you know you can never become human. Even though you know you can't become human unless you go to the Golden Land. Knowing that, why did you abandon the promise that would let you go there? Alright, by accepting the ring. That promise to Beatrice comes to nothing, doesn't it? Eagle, I'm sorry. From now on, I, you, George, the master, and everyone else are under the same conditions. 13 people will be sacrificed. Only 5 will be invited to Golden Land. And you rejected one of those places yourself. That thought. It looks like you're the one with regrets, Canon. You're the one with regrets, aren't you, Sayo? You got engaged, right? Even though you knew it was a fate that would never be fulfilled. Yeah. I promised that we'd always be together. For eternity. So you know what? In that instant, our eternity was completed. Even if we become sacrifices, it's already completed. So it's okay. Canon, you're the one who actually has regrets. We're furniture, right? We'll be free no matter the result. So it doesn't matter whether we go to the Golden Land or not. And yet you're set on going there. You want to become human no matter what, right? Why? Because I want to become human. I've had enough of being furniture. Why? I wanted to fall in love too. You could have let yourself... Okay. You could have quit your job. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Tears were coming from Canon's eyes. And they howled. Hello. I liked Milady. And after seeing Milady that day, I started liking her even more. And when I heard that Milady also liked me, I was really happy. But I'm furniture. And I can't accept Milady's feelings. You're wrong. We may be furniture. We may be less than human. But that doesn't mean we aren't qualified to love. I thought that if these feelings wouldn't ever come to anything, you're better off not having them. I just decided that eventually I'd disappear. That it would definitely hurt her. No, that's wrong. I was just frightened. I was just afraid, thinking that any love that couldn't be eternal was best avoided. Even though their lives lasts only a few weeks, cicadas fall in love and then vanish. But you'll never find a cicada that refuse to fall in love simply because it would end in a few weeks. That's not what he sounds like. That's not the sound he's making. I think that Canon was still muttering his regrets. But by now, it was all jumbled up with his sobs. That wish is detestable. Why did she plant these feelings in me? If only. If only she hadn't pulled that bizarre prank, it would not have paid Milady any notice. Beatrice is detestable. To make you cry bitter tears, she paid gains with her fate. But I don't think things went as the witch expected. After all, knowing love isn't a regret that ties you to life. It is a destination we're supposed to reach in our journey through life. Well now, Canon. That promise you worked for. The so odd 4 has now come to nothing. Yeah, this is... Okay, wait. Is this the same person? Body-wise. Right? We have a picture here. I'll just compare them really quickly, it's not going on the chart. Do they have the same look? I think he just copy-pasted the face, not gonna lie. I think he just copy-pasted the face. How many bangs? 1, 2... Yeah, exactly the same amount. He copy-pasted the face. That song is weird, but I kinda like it. Cackle, 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 cackle. Very well then. With this, the conditions for all the pieces are the same. There are 18 pieces, no, 19! What? We keep talking about 18, there are 19! Is someone already dead? Did someone already die? There's 19 on the game board here. Unless you don't count Beatrice for some reason. But she will be offered as sacrifices. I guess 18 pieces that are sacrificable. And the one extra being the murderer. Who will just fight survivably? Or else? Will someone destroy the ceremony? Who? How? This isn't a chess problem. It's a game on an equal footing. I won't be cornering you one-sidedly. You'll be able to frantically escape my advances and force a tie. An invalid match. At any rate, I thought you can manage more than repeating that over and over. It probably won't be that difficult for you. However, this invalid match will kill me forever, until it eventually wears down your mind and kills it. That's a strategy. Huh. That is when you accept your defeat and surrender to me. There's a reason I said it was a game on an equal footing. It's because rules for my loss have also been established. There's nothing as boring as a game you can't lose, right? Have power to defeat me. It would be. The epitaph that stands as an offering to my portrait. It's Bob's way to open the door to the Golden Land, and the key to destroying the ceremony. I'll try to complete the ceremony in accordance with the epitaph. You'll try to solve the riddle of the epitaph, destroy the ceremony, and overthrow me. I see. Solve the riddle hidden in the epitaph, and expose the location of the vast sum of gold I gave Kinzo. What result will this game show us? I'm expecting a good fight, okay? Entertain me! Show me a battler! Okay. And things are actually happening now. What? They have an indoor church? I have no objections. Next week and I acknowledge it. I can't believe it. And I don't want to. But this is the truth, isn't it? Natsui, choose your words more carefully. Is this family's most honored guest? I also acknowledge it. Don't argue back. Yes! I acknowledge it. I have absolutely no complaint. I got it just a few minutes ago. It is about to begin, yes. Can't believe you actually... You have my honest respect. Me too. Incredible. I genuinely respect you. So I have to acknowledge it. Acknowledge what? I acknowledge it too. I still can't believe it. Still, what can I do? You've proven devils. It's your victory. Cackle, cackle, cackle. The devil's proof was a convenient excuse you liked using to handle unfavorable matters. But now it's become your mortal enemy, has it not? Don't torture me, mighty witch. I've already acknowledged you. I resign. Kiri! Kiri! Yes! Don't acknowledge! Kiri, do you still have objection? I must have everyone in agreement. If you don't acknowledge my existence... At the witch laughed badly. The siblings started getting frantic. They were afraid of displeasing the witch. Kiri lightly closed her eyes, and after keeping silent for a while, opened her mouth. Kiri, don't do it! Don't do it, Kiri! My apologies. I resign. Fuck! No, Kiri! Why would you do this? Well, Kiri had faced the witch with stone eyes until the end. However, this has only resulted in her refusing to accept the truth for a short time. The truth, the being that was before her eyes, couldn't be denied. The rules had already been proven. I also acknowledge it. You are Beatrice. You share me a family alchemist and the user of great magic. I must acknowledge the fact that you are a witch. No! Why are you doing this? Is it too late to go back on your words? I already called it. Everyone in the guest house dies. All the kids. All of them. There's 6 people in there. It's just like perfect. Right. Four, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, but give us the location of everyone. Right, all of them are in the church. There's 2 in there. 3, never mind, Genji's here. And in the guest house, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. Four in the guest house? Where's Kumasawa and Nenjo? Where are they? They didn't show Kumasawa and Kinjo and Nenjo. And it's starting now. Okay, who died first? Second day. What is that sound that always fills my ears? Is it the sound of the rain? The sound of a waterfall? Or could it be radio static? If not, I want it to be the sound of blood flowing through my body. I want it to be the sound of the blood circulating through me, telling me that I am still alive. Is it morning? The light entering through a crack in the curtain was faint, but at least told him that dawn had broken. Kinzo, still in the position he'd been when he woke up, still sitting in a chair and looking up at the ceiling, felt the blood slowly travel throughout his body. Judging by the clock, it was early morning, 6 on the dot. No matter how tired he was, no matter how deeply he slept, he always woke up at exactly this time, as though he had measured it with an hourglass. He didn't think of this as something to boast about, but he told himself that, as long as he could still manage this, his health couldn't be that bad. Morning has come, which means... It will appear I've avoided becoming one of the first sacrifices. Indeed. Or was I merely lucky when the roulette has spun? Or is this a fruit of my efforts? In the timeline you die, Kinzo. Or if they think that I cannot tell the difference, then I mustn't be bothered by such trivialities. Kinzo was struck by a faint desire to see beyond the study door. After all, he might find the traces of someone's vain struggle to break through the door. A sign that someone had tried to select him as one of the first 6 sacrifices. Humans are cheap creatures. Even though everything is ultimately decided by God, when humans are given good fortune, they arrogantly feel it was due to their own ability. That was why he wanted to check whether there was a register mark on the door. The very desire was human. That was why Kinzo did not check. And that is why I am right about episode 1. He never left his room. Everyone was like, why did Kinzo leave his room? He never left it. Kinzo never left his room. I was right. Like, yeah, obviously he wouldn't. Yeah. Like, oh my god. I was finally right on something. Proven right. He was not going to leave his study. He had no reason to leave. I'm gonna lower the size. I'm gonna put it there. Okay, I'm gonna add the context for later. Here we go. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Let us see who dies. Recognize human desires for what they were, and guarded against them. Things that human would want to do, he resisted. His eccentricity and rebellious nature had surely given him a rare genius, making it possible for him to succeed in his exploits, as he revived the Ishurmiya family in a single generation. Well then, Beatrice, what were the 6 pieces you took? And what will your next move be? Entertain me. My defense is perfect. I will not shame myself like last time. What? Is he aware? Okay, that I need to note down too. I think he knows. What does that mean? I need to lower the size a bit more. No, that's too much. I need to put a space, otherwise it's unreadable. Right? Here we go. Little space given. Perfect. Okay, let's go. Let us see what happened. The servants woke early. They had to open the curtains, prepare breakfast, and complete various other tasks. Welcome the guests to a new day. Goda was the most enthusiastic. Oh, he's still alive! Huh. Okay. During the family conference, he had been told to concentrate his efforts, especially on cooking. And he'd been specially exempted from several tasks that servants normally must do. Goda, who was a show-off, seemed to be feeling practically superior because of that. He let Genji and the rest prepare the rest of the mansion, and worked hard on making breakfast in the kitchen. Genji split the work with Shannon and Cannon, and they carried out various tasks. Shannon headed to the dining hall and knocked. Last year, the family conference continued into the early hours of the morning. It wouldn't have been odd if this year's conference had done the same. Concerning the possibility that they were still having a discussion inside, he knocked. But there was no response, so she opened the door and said good morning. Again? The adults are dead. Good morning. Is anyone there? The room was cold and the conference seemed to have ended a long time before. There was a tea set on the table, which had probably been drinking, arranged in a way that would make it easy to clean up. Cleaning up the tea was a servant's job. What? No! No, I clicked the wrong thing. I wanted to print screen. Oh, fuck. Okay. I wanted to print screen this in case it became relevant in a bit. So it was a truly pleasant act of kindness for her family to do only this much. She approached the table to clean it. She noticed something like a memo that had been left near the utensils and cups. Since it was right next to the tea set, Shannon picked it up, naturally thinking it was a memo for the servant doing the cleaning. Within there was no request, nor was it thanks for preparing the tea. It was just a single word. Shannon looked at it blankly and read it out loud. Chapeau. The small sound kept repeating over and over. Normally that sound would have been too trivial to be worth caring about. If only I could stop hearing it soon, I could go back to sleep right away, she thought vaguely. But no matter how much time passed, the sound did not end. He repeated over and over. Ah, shut up. Who is it? Banging on the door this whole time. As soon as she realized that, she woke up. Someone was knocking. Then she noticed it wasn't just a knock, but a voice as well.
Rosa-sama.
Rosa! Rosa!
Rosa-sama.
Good morning. Wait, coming now. That being Genji's voice. I knew that Rosa wouldn't die, considering how much focus she had during the first episode. During the first part of this episode. Looking at the clock, it wasn't even 7 yet. It was clearly too early to wake the guests. Did something happen that was bad enough to cause this? She felt the sleepiness increasingly fade thanks to this premonition of misfortune. Are we gonna be spoiled on who dies? So far, the people who have confirmed is her, him, those 4, right? And that's it. 5 people so far have confirmed to not have died. So Genji was a servant. Rosa had known him since her childhood days, so even though she was slightly defenseless in her pajamas, he opened the door a crack and entered. Good morning. I apologize for waking you this early. Did something happen? Yes. Actually, the chapel. Genji whispered something into Rosa's ear. For a second, I think Rosa couldn't understand what she'd been told. After having it repeated several times, she realized that apparently something strange had happened. Rosa closed the door for a second, changed her clothes quickly, and followed Genji towards the mansion. I bet you that George is one of the dead. As like an ironic, cruel twist of fate from Beatrice to Shannon. The chapel requires some explanation. Okay. It wasn't in the mansion, but in the grove behind it, a short walk's distance away. It had been built at the same time as the mansion. So far, the walls had been repaired many times, making it look new from outside. It was a very odd building. I am going to draw it. Pretty please. Okay, so that's Rokenjima Island. I'm gonna draw that. We're gonna draw Rokenjima Island. Alright. So we're gonna put the pier down here. Right? That's where the boat comes in. Here, okay. Then there's the short path all the way to the guest house, right? The manor is in the center, and over here is kind of the guest house. Here we go. And then, smack dab in the center. Huge mansion. Alright? Then over here is the beach where they spend time together, which was Link like this, I guess. Alright, beach. Or was bloodlust for George. This time around, I'm just saying it like as an inevitability. Like it has to happen. Okay. So here is... Come on. Yes. Ah. That is terribly drawn. Yes. House. Okay. Manor. That is the worst writing I ever did. Manor. Alright. That's good enough. It's not. I'll just do this. Guest house, okay. Alright. And in the back, from what I understand. Let me read again. Wasn't mentioned, but a group behind it, a short walk's distance away. Alright. So like this, right? About here, from behind. I'm gonna make it out of this color. Yeah. This color for, you know, light of God, you know? Chapel. Here we go. And obviously, we are not going to forget two things. One is the collapsed shrine over here. From episode 1. And plus somewhere in the water, mirror that Shannon broke. And mini altar. Okay. So far, so good. I'll add more details when needed. It was in the reef. Isn't there? You're right, but there was also a shrine on the cliffside in episode 1. When they were coming by the boat in episode 1, you can check if you want. They pointed out that there was like a half collapsed shrine on the cliffside, and then like half of it had been thrown into the sea due to erosion. They brought that up. It's not just the shrine in the water on a reef. It's like half of it is still on the island, the other half is. Okay. This should be good. This should be good for now. Alright. They've been built at the same time as I mentioned, so those walls have been repaired many times, making it look new from the outside. It was a very old building. It was that dashed through the rain along with Genji. Just like the previous night, the rain was falling in earnest. Eventually, the chapel came into sight from beyond the thin grove. Just looking at it from the outside, it seemed a place of dazzling beauty, where a pair of young lovers might want to get married. However, Kinzo apparently viewed it as a very sacred place, so Rosa and her siblings had been given strict instructions not to approach it unnecessarily. Even though they were all grown up now, approaching the chapel for any reason would still make them feel guilty, and also afraid, as if their father might get angry and hit them in the face. The servant silhouettes could be seen from the chapel's entrance. Goda, Shannon, and Cannon. Which meant that all of the servants on the morning shift had gathered. So, yeah, okay. A short while ago, Genji had spoken to Rosa, telling her what the situation was. However, without laying eyes on it directly, he definitely hadn't been able to understand. It was probably the same for all the servants gathered here today. Not seeing it with their own eyes, they wouldn't have been able to understand what was going on. Okay. Why is that highlighted? Another one! It's the same as last time. It's the same symbol as last time. Wait. It's the same symbol as the first murders. I'm gonna bring this here, right? Same ritual. Circle. Same circle. As ep1. Okay. That way I don't have to redraw it. I'm writing this down because I know there is a fourth circle that we have not seen yet. Pretty sure. It was something very large, drawn with creepy, stringy paint that made one think of blood. Something like a creepy magic circle. What is this? When was it drawn here? The servants looked at each other. Goda was the first to open his mouth. My apologies. We don't usually enter this building, and we don't know when it was made. Who was the first person to find it? It was me. When I went to the dining hall to clean up the tea set, I found a memo with chapel written on it. Shannon held out the memo with shaking hand. Whose handwriting is it? It's a Nissan or Nissans. So after that, you came here and filmed this, right? Yes. Rosa, look at this. What? Happy Halloween for what? Wanted that a single line of English written below the creepy magic circle. Until it had pointed out to her, she thought it was just another part of the magic circle. There, the following words were written in English. Happy Halloween for Mario. What? I'm writing them down. Right, I did it quickly into the chat. Okay. The key phrase matched. It was a golden witch, Beatrice. What about Mario? You shouldn't be sleeping with her cousins, right? Did you check? My apologies. We just now realized that Maria's name was written here. We still have not checked. Quickly! What are you doing? I'll go check on Maria and come back. Don't cross on the rest too. Did that follow their instructions? For saying that much, was I finally noticed something was odd. When ranking this family conference was the lowest of the four siblings. Why had she been the only one called during an abnormal situation like this, when the other siblings hadn't been? Even if Maria's name had popped up. Could it be? Huh? What? Yes! We tried to contact Cross, but couldn't find him. And Madame was not in her room. Judging by the condition of the sheets, she might have not returned to her bed at all last night. Rosa felt something creepy crawling slowly up her back. Did you check inside the chapel? No, not yet. We tried, but... Actually, the lock to the chapel is special, so the master key will not work. There's a single key that can open it, but a key is missing from the text box. You didn't want to get closer to the door. There's a creepy magic circle if you could. Can't you just bust down the window? Was not ready to stop an approach, then tried pushing and pulling the knob. What she felt was a resistance to the sturdy lock. We searched to see if there was a window we could enter through, but I think we'd have to break the windows if we wanted to check inside. It's the closed room puzzle thing. They made the closed room again. What do you think? There's no way I can give you approval to do something like that. This favors precious chapel. At that time, the events of the previous day swirled around in the back of Rosa's mind. That's right, when I met that witch in the rose garden. Didn't she hand Maria an envelope? Yeah, there's no mistake. She did hand it over. When Maria tried to open it, the witch told her not to do it yet, and then she surely said, "The time to open that will come soon." Rosa was sure. There could be no mistake. The envelope Maria had received was... Okay. So dashing back to the guest house, Rosa approached the cousin's room while hiding her footsteps. Softly opened the door and peered inside. From the inside, she could hear the yelpy snores typical of young people. God damn it! There were 4 children. Maria was there. Oh god damn it! I really thought Bay would die. We were gonna switch Bob. Someone else that isn't Battler. The breathing of a sigh of relief, entered the room with quiet footsteps. It was after Maya's handbag, which was resting on the sofa. Maya always liked carrying her treasures around with her. She was probably emulating how her mother always carried her makeup with her. Of course, she was just imitating her mother, so everything on the inside was shown. Maya's case was full of small, creepy, occult items, notebooks describing things of that nature, and so on. Rosa had never been able to see. Happy to see her daughter walking around with things like that, which weren't girlish at all. However, trying to force Maria to stop had resulted in a big fight, so she had decided to let it be. Here. This is it. A voiced an envelope. It was the crest of the gold eagle. When she took it out of the bag, she realized there was a heavy, vaguely cylindrical object inside. You could tell by its feel and its weight. There was no doubt. This was a key. The turning around... What? What? Who's a... There's no fucking way. There's only one key? Alright, after turning around, I have to see if that is actually the correct key. I can't like speak too early. I have to see if it is. After turning around, the chicken that Mario was still sound asleep. Rosa tore open the envelope. The contents spilled out into her palm. It was a key with an old and intricate design. Rosa gripped that key and dashed out. Butler seemed to have noticed a sound, but after grumbling and turning over in his sleep, he started snoring again. Butler, wake up! It's not magic! Genji, could this key be the key to the chapel? Where did you? Yes, this is the key to the chapel. Rosa approached the creepy magic circle once again. Put the key in the keyhole. There was a strong resistance. After it resisted for a short while, it stopped resisting with a clunk. Then, squeaking with a noise alert one's ear, it slowly began to open. Is anyone there? A voice reverberated throughout the massive room. Of course, there was no answer. The chapel had the high ceiling, and the air was cold. And even on this rainy, unsettling day, it felt sacred for some reason. The servants timidly followed after Rosa. Rosa, look at that. Then noticed it immediately and pointed. Over there was the altar. The place that would normally have the pastor preaching of God's love, there was a table that shouldn't have been there. At first, it looked like a dining table. There were actually gorgeous plates and utensils placed here, making it look like a child's birthday party or something. Upon closer inspection, the surrounding area had been decorated with pumpkins and black and orange ribbons. They were probably Halloween decorations. And there were people seated at the table. 3 people on each side, facing each other, seated in chairs. It's Jessica! When we see the dead body, I'll explain why it's Jessica. They could be recognized, I guess. Cross and his wife, Eva and her husband, Rudolph and his wife. But if you wanted to be sure, you would still have to go even closer and check. Because they seemed almost like dolls. Rosa and the rest had opened the door, entered all at once, with the sound of many footsteps, and called out, asking if anyone was there. And yet, there had been no reaction. Even if Rosa and the rest assumed they were being ignored, you'd still expect there to be some kind of reaction. And there hadn't even been that. But at first, it felt like someone had set down some dolls that greatly resembled those people. But no, it wasn't just Rosa. Shannon, Cannon, even Goda. They were all fighting frantically, with the creepy emotion that grasped their hearts. Nisa? As she walked towards the altar, she called out again. There was still no reaction. Yes, by now, Rosa was sure of it. She was sure these weren't dolls. But the people themselves... This is... They grew close enough to see clearly what lay on the table. Is it like their gods? Amid the symbols? Still looked like an adorable banquet, reminiscent of a child's birthday party. Place piled up with sweets, cute pictures with drinks, all kinds of pumpkin-shaped ornaments. They were all decorated in the Halloween style. And while this probably wasn't the time to be thinking it, Mario would probably have been delighted to see all this. That was the state of the table they sat in front of. Apparently a seat. It was an eerie scene, as though a small, fun-looking Halloween party had been stopped in time.
兄さんたち
Oh, not up late. Hi, Filippo. Too late indeed. They're all sleeping. When she approached even closer to them, she realized that there were snacks scattered all over the floor. Okay. 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 Right now, because I'm realizing there were lines of dialogue back in the Hideyoshi and Eva murder, which I wish that I had noted down. So I'm gonna do it right now. Right? We're gonna do it right now. Okay. So, this... I'm gonna put it over there, actually. Okay. So, from the bottom, giant door. We're gonna note that down. Locked door. Heavy resistance when opening. Okay. Again, important to note everything down. Now, inside are the benches. You know, where people sit. Okay. I'm not gonna do them one by one. We're gonna be smart about this. Here you go. That should be good enough. Okay. The pews. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Now, in the center, the altar. Right there. Is this a good color? Probably. Okay. So. Altar. Tons of sweets. Some scattered on the floor. I would like to point out that, like, even if it's inconspicuous, I know that later it might actually come up and have importance. Because the one thing that cracked the case for me earlier was the fact that Eva wore shoes in bed. Right? So that's why I'm noting it down now. Okay. Okay, and then I'll see where he describes bodies being. They're all scattered across a carpet covered with blackberry and cranberry jam. It's blood, dumbass. Okay. These are supposed to be the corpses, by the way. I'm not bothering. Is the blood made of candy? I think it's more that they misunderstood what it was, right? Corpses on the pews. Here we go. Okay. I would like to taste test the blood. I won't let you, Malu. I will not allow you. Okay. Whoa. Uza and the rest finally realized what the situation was. It was a Halloween party. A banquet for those not of this world. Cross. Oh my god, no! Cross, Natsui, Eva, Idushi, Rudolph, and Kiri were seated in chairs, apparently asleep, but all dead. No! Why? Okay, I'm not gonna read, but from what I see, it's already pretty fucking bad. I just saw it red. Considering oh much the red signifies on portrait. I think they've not suffered a enjoyable fate. How could you tell that they were dead and not simply sleeping? That was because they'd been vertically sliced open, their abdomen bowel, from their chest to their stomachs. Cross! Yeah, she didn't fuck around. Oh, cruel. The 6 of them had sat down at the Halloween party before having their stomachs split open, killing them. Then the jam covering the floor must be what overflowed from his stomach once they stopped themselves completely, right? No! The contents of their stomach had been scattered all over the floor. Oh! Okay. Alright, we're gonna revise that. We're going to revise this sentence. Disemboweled. Lower size, please. Okay. That's right? That's a fucking awful description. Alright. But that wasn't all. Out of their stomachs was almost as though they poured out. As though snacks had overflowed from there. Looks like they ate the candy to a point where it burst and overflowed from their stomach. That is quite a gruesome fate. Okay. Candies and cookies, soda and chocolates. I poured out, stained with blood, and I scattered across the floor. What could have happened to cause this? Oh. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. It's just the same picture still. It's almost as though the stomachs were stuffed full to bursting with sweets. It all poured out when their stomachs split open. But I remembered a certain shocking meal, a turkey that had been served at her own birthday. When it had been cut open with a knife, out flowed one of her favorite foods. But since she hadn't been told what was inside, the deep red ketchup omelette rice poured out like bloody maggots. Pulsing, dripping, slimy, pulpy, squelching. The trauma of her youth was revived. Rosa felt a monster raging inside her stomach as the acid started to rise. Able to hold back, she threw it all up on the floor. What, the trauma from your youth? Wow. This scene even made you throw up metaphorical concepts. God damn. I suddenly skipped. I skipped by accident. The MC stomach had nothing but stomach acid. The scene in front of her was no fun Halloween party now. The three couples were enshrined right there, their stomachs vertically wrenched open. With so many stacks had been stuffed in there, pulpy, squishy. The sweets and guts were overflowing onto the floor. Bloodstained, sticky, sloppy, pulpy. Split snacks that made your fingers stick together. Gummy, the stained with entrails. Sloppy, pulpy. What was that I stepped on just now that didn't feel like a candy, or a cookie, or soda, or a chocolate? I'm scared. What did I step on? I can't even look at the bottom of my foot. I'm a devil. What a gruesome Halloween party. From far away, that looked truly beautiful, fantastical, and fun. From up close, it was horrible, disgusting. And yet somehow still beautiful. What are you saying? Roselle's wild thoughts. She tried as best she could to escape her throat with a loud voice that was neither a scream nor a roar. I do want to say that there is like a big issue here, right? In that now, Beatrice has left the only person unable to handle children with all 4 kids. Which is gonna lead to an even gruesomer fate. Let's be honest here. But those wild thoughts tried as best they could to escape her throat with a loud voice that was neither a scream nor a roar. Truly jumped for #1 moment of the year. Absolutely, she can definitely handle all of this. Things are definitely gonna be fine. Cross up. This is horrible. It's horrible. Too small. Perfect. Perfect. It is no deja vu. I do not What does deja vu mean? His fucking face, man. His fucking face is wonderful. I'm gonna keep it like on the very side, so like I can just copy paste it whenever I need it. Just like on the very side, I'm watching everything. Calm panic. I'm sorry, but like that's just, it's such a good fucking face. Look at this. God damn. Alright, back to the game. Back to the game. Call an ambulance! Call the police! That's right, the police! Police! God, I'm traumatized, and you're laughing. I am! I fucking am! It's so good! It's such a good face! It's such a stupid face! Wait, no! I forgot! Who the fuck did this happen? The door was locked! And the key! He was in Maria's bag. There he was. Possibly swapped. Too big. Oh my god, I accidentally pressed another key. He was in... Dude! He was in Maria's bag. Maria's letter given to her yesterday. Possibly... What? Okay. Good, and now I can lower the size to something more reasonable. I don't know, 24. Okay, so... Okay. First thought, alright? First thing I'm thinking. Alright? I shall remind you of this. It's Jessica, right? It's Jessica. Jessica did all of this during the night, killed everyone, then came back, locked the door again, put it in a letter, and gave it to Maria. And then like retrieve the old letter she had from before. It's Jessica, like everything points to Jessica being the culprit here. And like she could have left when Rosa entered the room. Rosa could was able to just search around the bag and swap things without Battler even waking up. Rosa did it. Old Jessica do 6v1 against stronger adults. She probably poisoned them. Wait, I think it's time to read them now. Her corpse was found in the chapel. God damn, that's fucking awful. The direct cause of death is unknown, but it seems the stomach was cut open and her intestines pulled out after her death. On top of that, sweets and candies were packed into her stomach. So I give you an end of dreams. Happy Halloween! This corpse was found in the chapel. Okay. This is what we want to be. This is why we want to be as sweet and innocent as Candy. No! Hideyoshi, my beloved! Why did you have to die? Would there be anything filthy inside someone's stomach? True! Yeah, it's... Maria is the one saying this. Maria is the one writing that. Everyone has a stomach filled with sweet dreams. True! Didn't tell you, stomachs are packed full of candy. Welcome, Maria. Happy Halloween! Oh, no, so it's written from the perspective of Beatrice. Okay. If a word so tied to reality hadn't come out of Gordon's mouth, Rosa and the rest would probably have found themselves unable to escape in that nightmarish party, even now. But it wasn't because they thought the police might be able to do something. If they didn't keep yelling about the police, it felt as though another seat might be set up at this demon's party and given to them. Their own chests felt like they were expanding pleasantly from the inside, rumbling, churning. And it was surely because candy was about to overflow from their stomach. Rosa, once again tortured by the desire to vomit, threw her stomach acid up on the floor. Then she searched to see if there was any candy in it. Anyway, Rosa coughed violently again, forcefully spitting out the stomach acid that had been burning in her throat. Yeah, when you admit to yourself that it's magic, and then you see a scene like this, it makes sense to think that there's a chance you've been afflicted with the magic too. Especially when you're traumatized like this. He realized that by now, her whole body had been covered in the filthy sweat. Genji, Shannon, please contact Fiverr and ask for instructions. Go to Shannon and call the police. Then Abdudo and Enjo, come here. Why even bring Deto and Enjo here? It's a bit too late for medical care. The servants accepted their orders and dashed outside. After watching them leave, Rosa once again stared at the siblings, with whom she spent good times and bad, and their partners. But there could be nothing more touching than this scene. For some reason, she was tempted to describe these fantastical deaths as beautiful. What are you on about? That description, though, of the scene was kind of disgusting. God damn. Ah, they're here. What could have happened? Did they get into a Halloween party that took too long? But Halloween isn't even now. This makes no sense. Where'd they go? I think I may stop here. The big thing finally happened. And now we can actually fully head into, you know, the story next time. This does a good cliffhanger. And like the main reason, like there's two reasons. One, my stomach is full and I need to lay down. Two, my eyes are genuinely closing on their own. So, you know, I would prefer that to not happen during the stream. So I'm gonna lay down and do nothing, rest for a while. Still, that was a fun stream. I enjoyed it myself. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll forever remember this face. It would be funny to make it make an emote. It's a great face. Next stream will be a lot of thinking. I'm already doing a lot, right? Like, okay, I was saying it, right? I think I figured out exactly what happened in episode 1. Like, exactly. Bit by bit, I know what happened in episode 1. I could describe all of it, but it would just be a summary of everything I've already said on stream. But it's like, alright. One of the things I figured out, right? When we were in, what's the word? Eba and Hideyoshi. The murder. I was like, my original premise was, they entered the room, killed them, then got out, and came back later after Genji found the room to pop a tag or something, and then leave. That was my reasoning. But no. Flip the chessboard around as Kiri suggests. If you were the bad guy, why would you do that? You wouldn't. They didn't leave the room. The murderer entered the room. Obviously, the way they enter the room is by Eva opening the room for someone else. I don't know who they opened the door for. Maybe they like the person who claimed was a servant. Maybe they claimed it was family. Whatever, they claimed something. And that I can't know because I wasn't there. Eva woke up from her bed, put her shoes on, and then... what's the word? And then the culprit entered, shot her in the head, went inside the room. Hideyoshi panicked, started to try and leave. The person opened the door to the bathroom and shot him in the head. 2. Making him fall down and try and point towards the door as like a last gesture. Then they lock the door from inside, fully, with a chain and everything. Wait for the entire time necessary. Wait, no, couldn't they just have, like, knock on the door saying, dinner is ready, get out when you want? And then they wait for them to open the door. And, like, Hideyoshi's like, oh, wait, I'll take my shower. And Eva's like, okay, I'll go check. That's why she put on her shoes. Anyways, that's just, it doesn't matter. How they entered, it doesn't matter. We know how they entered, it's Eva opening his door. I don't know why, I don't care. They wait inside after putting Eva on the bed. Cannon arrives. Cannon tries to open the door, but the door doesn't open. Why? Because the chain is too strong. So he leaves. Go get wire cutters. At that point, the murderer opens the door, unlocks it, and then the way they unlock the door is by breaking the chain. In one way or another, they break the chain or like lengthen the chain or something similar. They replace the chain in a way that allows them to reclose it from outside. Because the reason is, when Cannon arrived, he went directly for the chain. He did not try and pull on the door again. Because what's the point? They already tested the chain. No. He directly puts the wire cutter on the bolt, tries and cut, and as Cannon says, it cut itself way easier than he expected. Therefore, from what I understand, from what I'm getting, the chain was replaced, made weaker, probably by like binding it or something, or like regluing it, or whatever, that makes it very clear if you were to try and open the door. But, you know, you get what I mean. That would explain why the ritual tag only appeared after Genji and Cannon left, right? Because like, why would it not be there before? Right? That would be stupid. Why would the murderer wait outside for them to pass by? They would not wait outside. It is too risky. No, they waited inside and then put the tag on the door. So that's like the main thing. After that, it's the thing where like Kinzo stays in his room. That I've already figured out. They waited inside the parlor after asking Maria to deliver the letter, which she would do, obviously. Maya would do that. Whatever. This, however, I do not see how they are supposed to be able to do it. Or is a human able to do this? I don't know. Which, you know, considering that here on episode 1, difficulty level is standard. I agree. Those puzzles, those murders were pretty easy to solve in the end. Like the fact that I was able to solve them on my own, it's quite a good end that it was not that bad. Considering that, like, you know, I'm not the smartest guy. However, difficulty level is extreme. I can see that. I can see that. I can absolutely see that. God damn. God damn. Alright. And this is our diagram for today. God, this unexplained shot is awful. I love it. Alright. Here we go. Thank you everyone for coming. Have a good night. Bye bye.